We are collecting over $1,000 this week. On top of that, our account is at $80,000. We are so close to our next milestone, which is $100,000. In the span of just a year and a half, we've taken this account from 25,000 all the way up to 80,000. And in this video, I'm going to talk about exactly how I've done it through consistency. But first, my name is Isaiah, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment down below how you're doing so far this week, because I'm going to talk about how I sell cash secured puts, covered calls, do credit spreads, and then finally collect dividends from both weekly and monthly payers. So if that interests you, stick around and let's dive right in. So first thing, account value $80,144. We hit an all-time high for this account this week. We crossed over that 80,000 and we made it to $80,104. That is fantastic, guys. And I'm going to show you here the moves we make. So let's take a look on the right side here. You can see all my open positions. The first thing you're going to see are options. I believe selling cash secured puts and selling covered calls is the best way to generate income. Now, remember, guys, nothing I say should ever be taken as financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube documenting my journey. And with that being said, when you sell a cash secured put, you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. And when you sell a covered call, you're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price. So essentially, you're getting paid just to agree to buy or sell something. And let me put that example and make it a little bit more clear here. So let's look at the first one, AMC $2.50 covered call. I am agreeing to sell AMC, the movie theater stock, it's really tanked, for $2.50. So because of that, I got paid $20 per contract. You see that over there? $20 per contract just to agree to sell it for that price. Now, expiration comes up Friday. AMC is well below that price. So what happens? I don't sell my shares. I get to keep them. I got paid that $40 just to agree to sell them, but I didn't. Nobody's going to buy them for me for $2.50 when they can buy them from the market for like $1.50. So that's an example of a covered call, a cash secured put. When you sell a put, look at the one below it, NFE $2 put. I'm agreeing to buy this fund for $2 per share. I got paid a credit just to agree to buy a stock that I'm okay with owning. Whether it's below $2 or above $2, I don't panic. Doesn't matter to me. And that is the analogy behind selling options. Again, imagine walking into a store and you see something you like and you want to buy it, and you go up to the cashier and you say, "Hey, I will buy that for $12. They're selling it for 15. I'll buy it for 12 bucks." And they pay you just to agree to buy it for that price. If it drops down to 12 bucks, you buy it, but you got paid to do so. If it never touches 12 bucks, well, you got paid regardless, and you didn't even have to do anything. That's why I love selling options. And let's move past that now, and let's talk about our dividends. So the goal of this account is to be able to live off of our dividend payments. Not all of our dividend payments, more specifically, our monthly paying dividends. So you could have monthlies that pay weekly, or dividends that pay weekly, monthly, quarterly, biannually, and annually. I want to live off of the ones that pay monthly. And we have a few in this account. And I actually, because I love full transparency, I want to go to my history here and let's look at just our dividends, because this week we are cashing in big. So let's take a look at the very top line. PIMCO, that is PDI, that is one of our monthly payers. We're getting $220 this week. It says March 2nd, but because ex-dividend day was in the middle of February, February 14th, I count that payment this week because of ex-dividend. Same thing I'll do next month when the ex-div is in March and it pays in April, and so on and so forth. Moving down, the two cornerstone funds, CRF, CLM. I'm going to talk more about these purchases in a minute, but I want to show you the cash that is hitting my account, again, for full transparency. So let's take a look here. We have CRF is going to pay us $305, and CLM is going to pay us $255. And next month, we're going to get even more from them. But just between these 3 payers alone, that's $800 in cash that we're getting on our monthly payers. The very first month in this account was December that I added monthly payers. I was getting $530 for the month of December. The month of January, we collected $700. The month of February, this month, the short month, we are going to collect over $950. And I'll do a video this weekend recapping everything that we made, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But $950. In order for me to live out of this brokerage account off of just the monthly payers, again, guys, that does not count the income from cash secured puts, covered calls, or weekly paying dividends. That is the income I use to grow the monthly dividend payers. So I need to have a source of income, and that is my source of income. That is what I invest into these monthly payers to allow me to be financially free. So again, if I want to live out of this account, I need to get that monthly dividend payer amount up to $2,800. $2,800 a month covers mortgage, student loans. Again, don't even use them, nothing. But still got to pay for them. Gas and wear and tear on the house, food, groceries, things like that. So $2,800 covers all of that. And in a span of 3 months, we went from $530 all the way up to $950. Again, we're going to collect over $950 this month. Next month, we're going to collect even more. In the next part of the video, after I walk through these dividends here, I'm going to tell you how, so make sure you're sticking around. Moving down to the ULTY, this is a weekly pair, $24, not counted toward our monthlies, but then below it, QILD, covered call ETF, we're getting $17.87, and below that, $48.01. So again, there's a couple other monthly pairs, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that paid earlier in the month, but $950 this month in monthly dividend payers, that feels fantastic. But before I go any further and talk about how we got to this point, I want to go talk about the Premium General Group. It's a quick clip. We're going to go over there. It's the best group on YouTube. So let me give a quick shout out and talk about what we have going on there. Then we'll come back to the video. Make sure you're sticking around, okay? Okay, the Premium Generals, the best group on YouTube. It is $10 a month, and in this group, I post private educational content such as how to sell cash secured puts, how to sell covered calls, do credit spreads, debit spreads, the strangle method, as well as private portfolio updates. Anytime I make a trade or adjust the portfolio, purchase shares, I let this group know right away in our private Discord. So again, it's $10. You get to be featured in every single video. You get to be a part of the Discord. And I have probably over 100 videos in this group, from educational ones to private portfolio updates, sometimes talking about earning side incomes, things like that. So come join us. We'd love to have you. And with that being said, let's get back into the video. And we are back. Our muscles are feeling huge. We feel good. Let's talk about where we went and where we're going from here. So, as I've said a couple times now, $530 in December, $700 in January, and $950 this month. So, the way we got to this point, it was not a luck and chance. It was not trying to time the market. You will lose. I know so many people out there talk about perfect entries and buying the dip. Nobody knows the dip. Nobody knows how low a stock is going to go. Nobody knows how high it's going to go. All the candlestick patterns in the world cannot tell you that. But you know how you beat all of those things? Consistency. Buying every single day. Maybe it's a half a share. Maybe it's a whole share. Maybe it's 2 shares. Maybe some days 10 shares. Maybe you decided to live pretty frugal, and you're able to buy 10 shares in a day. So I want to talk about and show you consistency here. Let's scroll down. We got to get past our options. And here we are. So T-SPY, this is monumental for me. I just added this to my brokerage account. And I don't own this in any of my brokerage accounts. I do have multiple accounts, but I've never owned T-SPY before. This is one that the Premium Generals turned me on to, and I'll be honest, I like it so far. So consistency wise, if we can show trade history here, you can see I was making purchases. Some days I could only get a couple, but today I made a big move, about 20 shares, because that brings me up to 350 shares right there. 350 shares. That's fantastic. Last month, because this pays the first month of every month, I got $60 because I had 200 shares. I have 350 shares. Now I'm going to get over $100 every single month from this fund. I don't plan on adding any more money to it for the time being. I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to collect that $100. I'm going to invest it into another monthly pair. Because the goal here is to get $2,800 a month from our monthly pairs. And I know we can do it with consistency. Don't try to time the market. Don't try to buy the perfect entry. Just purchase every day. And so T-SPY, huge win for me. And I'm excited. I celebrate my wins. I hold myself accountable for my losses, but huge win for me here. The consistency to get this up to 350 shares, making sure you're making the purchases. Let's take a look at some others here. That, again, consistency allowed me to get to that point. Let's take a look at CRF. So I am so excited. They are going to pay us $305 this month, as you saw in the trade history. And I have purchased almost 500 shares since ex-dividend day, 2 weeks ago. My goal is to get 3,100 shares of this. I currently have 3,050. I'm 50 shares away. Sometimes I make big purchases. Sometimes I make small ones. But again, consistency. Every day that I have a couple dollars I can spare, I am going to make these purchases. So 3,050 shares before ex-dividend date of next month. I'm going to get 3,100 shares, which honestly is going to put me close to about $330 every single month. Every single month getting $330 from these guys. Same thing with CLM. Making daily purchases. I want to get this up to 3,000 shares, and I want to celebrate something else. My goal was to get both of these up to 3,000 shares by the end of 2026. We're at the end of February in 2026, and we've reached one of those goals. Now, we have had a lot of cash flow, and we are tapping into some margin. So the growth is not going to continue to be as rapid as it is because I just won't have enough cash to invest. But reality is, any cash I do have, I'm going to put that way because I want to get to that $2,800 as fast as possible. My original timeline was the end of 2027 that I thought I could get to that $2,800 a share. I think I can beat it. I think I can get there by the middle of 2027. Again, next month we'll be over $1,000 per month in monthly dividend payers, but it's not going to be able to grow at the rate it's been growing, just because again we'll run out of cash. But we'll continue to invest heavy. We're at 2,290 shares. I'm going to continue to make daily purchases to get this up to 3,000 shares. And one of the milestones that I hit that I told the premium group I might add to it. My first goal for the monthly dividend payers was to get my favorite dividend fund, PDI, all-time favorite. And again, everybody asks why. It's consistency. Find a fund that pays you in the darkest of times and the best times, and PDI paid in both. So PDI is the best for me. Doesn't mean it'll be the best for you. But I wanted to get this to 1,000 shares. I did, and it felt fantastic. But you know what? Now I'm like, hey, maybe we get it to 2,000. I don't plan on doing that just yet. I do want to add some more positions to the portfolio because I'm getting so close to accomplishing all the goals that I have set for my purchases. We talked about CLM. I wanted 3,000. CRF, I've already got it. T-SPY, I hit that goal. TDAC, I would like to get 200 shares. We're at 145, 55 shares away. So all of these funds that I set goals for, we are approaching or we have reached. But that doesn't mean we stop purchasing. No, that means we start adding new positions. And as I was telling the generals group, XPay is one that is on my list I'm not saying it's going to be the next one, but it is one that is on my list. Apparently, there we go. And here's the reason why. Take a look at the 3-month chart. We're at 55 at a high, and our low was 52. That's a $3 swing. That's not bad. That is really not bad. So when I see that kind of flatness, for lack of a better word, it reminds me of PDI. And that's what PDI does. It'll go up a little bit, it'll go down a little bit. In the bear markets, it looks amazing because it doesn't go down as far. In the bull markets, it doesn't look as good because it has no growth. But that's what I like. I'm an income investor. So to me, I don't really invest for growth. My growth comes from the income I generate from these portfolios, and then I invest in life, in LLCs, things like that. So income needs to be there. And I use the stock market as an income tool. Take cash, put it in there, gives me cash back. Compounding is the eighth wonder of the world, as Albert Einstein has said. And the hardest part, especially for new investors, is after 5 years. That's when you really start to see compounding take effect. Those first couple years where you're buying 1 or 2 shares at a time and your dividend payouts are $2 or $3 a month, it does not feel like it. But be consistent, stick to your plan, and don't jump around when the market drops down in share price, it flies up in share price. If you sell when it's at its high, you're going to pay taxes. If you sell when it's at its low, you're taking a loss, a realized loss. So find something you like, hold it, walk away. It'll be okay. I don't believe that the market is going to plummet. I believe it's going to pull back. My personal opinion, I've been investing for a long time, about 18 years. And in that time, I've seen plenty of times where it shoots up, shoots down. It's perpetually and mostly in a growth state, but it has to come down at some point. Some of the PEs on these companies are just outlandish. But the whole reason I went on that soliloquy there is to reiterate the point that you need to be consistent. Stick with it. Find a strategy that works for you. Don't find a strategy that works for someone else. Find one that works for you. Find funds that you use. You have a Verizon phone? Use Verizon. Buy Verizon share. Collect their dividends. Apple. Buy it. Invest in it for growth. Things like that, where investing doesn't have to be this challenging concept. Find things you use. Go buy them. Don't sell them. Let them compound. Just add to them. Your portfolio doesn't have to be 10,000 different stocks. Find 5 you like, 10 you like. Stop it there. My options portfolio looks pretty vast because I like to use this as an opportunity to learn more about funds. I sell puts on things. I'm agreeing to buy them. I like what they're doing, but I'm not putting a ton of cash into them. So, again, guys, just to celebrate, we hit $81,000 for the account. That's amazing. We are so close to our next goal, which is 100,000. We'll get there before you know it. We'll be consistent. Tonight, we're going to collect around $70 in dividends. Tomorrow, as you saw in the trade history, we're going to capture just about $550. That's a nice payday for Friday. Can't beat it. And that's one of those paychecks where all I did was buy things that paid me back. It's like giving money to your friend and they pay you back more over time. Doesn't happen in real life, but in the stock market it does. So with that said, guys, I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And if you like these videos on the laptop here, make sure you let me know. Share the video. I want to grow the channel as well, and I want to reach more audiences. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.